So before I go over and do anything, do you want to, we just learned about Maria and the importance of having easy access to restore your website, and actually having more than one backup is a really good idea. But are there any other general questions before I go on to anything?
I don't have any now.
Okay.
No, only thing I have is, let me just think what it is. Like on my website, for instance, like the word blog, like now I have to put in the name of the pages.
Yep.
The only way to bold that or to change it.
Oh, you could change that. There might be a setting. Let me go over to my site.
Because it was kind of hard to find it when you did that right-click inspect element.
Okay. It should be usually my class site. So you're talking about the page name, which, go to mine. Are you talking about like the about?
Yeah.
So that is actually the H1 tag. So if we went over, okay, this one's customize. So it would change it throughout the site.
Okay.
So I haven't played with the fonts in this template. Is that all it gave for? Oh, text. Huh. It should be a. Magnetic colors, fonts. It is not giving us this font. This one is not. So we would have to do the inspect element on this one. Layout headers. This is funny. It's giving me a 404. It's missing. I don't understand. So I'm really surprised that this isn't giving us. You know how we had another template we worked on and we could go play with all the fonts and everything?
Right. Yeah.
So that's the name of the template, 404?
No, 404. It's a warning. You can't find the page.
Oh, error message number. I see. Okay.
Hey, do you have yours open, Maria?
Yes.
If you go to Customizer, because you're using the same template, right? And if you, what does it say when you open website text?
Yeah, you know what? I remember seeing that 404 on mine too.
Unless, you know what, it's a premium. I bet I have to pay for it. Because this is the unpaid version of this theme. So, yeah, it's the H1 tag. So, so if I go up, it's at weight 400. If I change it to 700, it bolds it.
Oh, okay.
So 400 is a medium weight. But I would actually have to do it. This is the, yeah. So if you want everything bold, but it's bolding all the headlines. Oh, no, I can. I can take it out. So I can just copy this. And I use my little text editor. I don't want that window there. File new. I only want to do H1 tag. You guys probably can't see this, but
So when you do that, that means it's going to change all the H1 tags in the whole site. Correct?
yeah. So this will go with answering because we have a child theme. This is custom code. I'm going to go put this in the back over. Oops, I want to get rid of inspector. I'm going to go over to the editor. Do I have a child? I don't know if I did a child. I've been helping everybody else. I don't know if I have a child theme in here. I'm going to check. I didn't make a child theme yet. So I thought I made a child theme, but I did not make a... Oh, because I did a sensible, I added this one last. Okay. Let me go over. So Mike, I'm going to show you how to do a child theme right now.
Okay.
Is this... Okay, it's activated. I thought it was here. Speed. Oh, it's under tools. So we put this plugin called Child Theme Configurator. Child theme is basically like making a mirror image of your main child theme. But I'm going to do what's called customization. Now, Mike, you're not going to have to do this because I know this isn't the type of coding you're going to do. But you can just sort of, you know, I just want to explain what I'm doing.
Sure.
And so you don't want to put custom code in your main theme because your theme will get periodic updates and it'll wipe it all out. So you make a mirror of it, and all it does is it's just a child inheriting parts from the main theme, but nothing in the child will be touched. And so this is the plugin we're going over. John, is your setup since you redid it with a child theme?
I'm not sure if I do have a child theme. I don't think I do.
Do you have yours open right now?
Yep.
Why don't you follow along? I think you should have the plugin. Go over. This is where I like to help everybody stay on top, or if there's an assignment. Actually, look under tools and see if you have the choice for child themes.
Yes, I do.
So it's okay. So click on that, and you should be right where I'm at.
Yep, I'm there.
Okay. I don't think you have a child theme. We'll find out.
I raised my hand.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I think I did.
Oh.
No, Mike. It's just now my question is, for child theme, that would not apply to the website that I'm creating, or have nothing to do with children at all. I'm misunderstanding this.
Okay. Actually, you could follow along. Do you have your website that we worked on at the last class? Do you have it so you can open it?
I can try. I haven't done anything with it. That's because I was away.
Yeah.
This is...
It's... Okay, to get there would be...
I've got it right here. And... Okay, I've got it right open. Oh, flowers and everything. All right.
Yeah. we might get that changed tonight, Mike. We might get a photo in there.
Hey, that's fine.
I think.
I've got them. I took a bunch of them on the trip. So,
Okay.
but this is okay. So I'm following you. I'll shut up.
Okay. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check yours, Mike, just to see if I did put the child theme in. It might be all set for you. Let me make sure.
What is the child theme? What does it do?
It allows you not to lose any customization that you actually do to the child. I mean, to the theme. What we're going to do right now is I'm going to put some code in that overrides how bold an H1 line of text is going to be.
Yeah.
And when you touch and you put in some overriding custom code, if I put it in the main theme here, let me see if you have it.
Kara, is the child theme the version of the site that's posted?
Yeah.
It is.
Well, here I'm actually looking. This is Mike's website. And I already created the child theme for him just to make sure the site was up to date. And this might help. The theme we're using is panoramic. If you notice, these both look identical. Except for the one that's active is this one here because it says active, but it's called Panoramic Child. But it looks just like this one. This is the main theme that we loaded, and I'm going to help John make a child theme like this. We're going to use a plugin, and what it's doing is it's duplicating everything from the main theme and just mirroring it like it's another theme. And what it does is this is linked to this, and it inherits all of the coding, everything that was preloaded with this. But I'm not touching any of the code in this one. They're linked. But WordPress is going to see this as your main theme, and we'll hold on to any customization we do in here. And customization is when we're going to actually touch some code and change some code. It has nothing to do with adding plugins or photos or anything like that. It's just that your theme will get updates. As we can see, some of these need updates already. And when I update this, it cleans out, it rewrites over everything. So if I had a custom code in here and I decided that I wrote code that changed black type to blue, it's going to revert to the original black that the theme used to have. But when I update this, it doesn't touch anything in here. It just sends over the new information without overwriting everything. So that's the importance of having a child theme. So you're not just working here. So does that help explain it?
Right, but all of the changes that you make and customizations as you go along are done in the child theme.
Yes, because that's what I've got active. And it's just inheriting the updates now from this, but not being overwritten. What I'm doing is, it's this editor, and here is where we're going to be doing some custom coding and adding new code. We just created a new style sheet where we can put some CSS in that can override stuff that you want to change from the main theme.
Right, but obviously, so you save in the child theme as you go along.
Exactly.
And then, thus, the original theme will change with it, right?
It would.
So that, like, say you're done at the end, say, you've been working on it for 4 or 5 hours. Now you save the last version of the child theme, and thus the original theme will be updated right where you're at with the child theme when you're done for that day, say. Right?
Anything you add in text, photos, will appear in both of them. But anything that I put in the child themes style sheet, I will show you when I do what Maria's asked to do, we're going to change the font to do something. If I turn off the child theme and turn on the parent, the main theme, what that bold text won't show in the main theme because I saved the customization in the child theme.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do.
So you're gonna have. So you have really the versions will be different as you go along. Then.
Yeah, you'll always stay in your child theme. You'll never turn off your child theme. So,
turn it off.
Yeah, what it's doing
and that's
is
the version that's actually posted when you're finished, right?
yes.
The child.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what's always working. So Mike, just kind of watch along for how I just make the child theme because you already have one set up in yours.
Okay.
I had to wipe out John's stuff the other night, so he's starting from fresh. So we're going to create a new child theme, so check off that. And then choose, it's the panoramic. And then click Analyze. And it'll tell you this theme is okay to use as a child theme. And this is key. What we're actually doing with the child theme, might answer this a little bit, is we want to create a separate style sheet. We don't want to be related to the primary style sheet. So we're...
Kara, sorry to interrupt. Mine says child 02.
Oh, you probably already have a child theme in there then.
There you go. That confirms it, correct?
Is that what you have in here for the name?
Name the new theme directory panoramic-child 02.
Okay.
Okay.
Go over. Now go to Appearance. Go to Themes.
Appearance.
Oh, I have to actually do this because I don't have one. And see if yours looks like this is Mike's back end. This is what his themes look like.
Oh, I see. Right. Appearance and themes. Okay.
Yeah. Do you have already have
Yeah, I'm scrolling. Yeah. Activate,
okay.
Panoramic. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I just gotta get mine made up here. Ignore.
Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
Yep.
I think I did that right. I did it right. Okay. So I will now have an editor. There's no styles in here because I'm starting with a new this is a style sheet. I don't know if Mike, you guys all did a little CSS sort of, didn't you? Somewhere along while you've been in school. But this is where I'm going to put in this code that I just, because I want to change the H1s to bolder, just H1s. I'm going to paste this in here. I'm going to update it. Oh, and I don't have the page open, so let's see if it worked. Oh, it didn't. It didn't work. Okay, I'd have to go investigate why this didn't work, but we can do that later. Interesting. Oh, I know why I have to do that. This is a little advanced, but if that works. Now, I'll have to tweak with it. I don't know why it's being overwritten. But normally that is how you would make this bold. Or most themes have a setting that you can actually work with the fonts and adjust them, but this theme doesn't have that because they want you to pay for it. And you'll find that with a lot of things that sometimes free is not the best way to go.
Right.
So if that frustrates you, we might want to look at a different theme, or you can keep working with this theme. So that's that. So does everybody have their site open?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Do you guys, what I was going to do, because this will help Mike kind of get caught up too, is I thought about putting in some images, kind of reviewing how you put images in, and maybe actually I was going to walk through saving as a Photoshop and some of that. Would that be helpful to review that?
Yeah.
And I thought we would all use those same pages that, because everybody has the same pages with some content. We could use...
Except for me, I wiped them out.
Oh, it was even before we put those in?
Yeah, I don't have the content development, the social media, and web maintenance and website services.
You don't. Okay. What's the name? What's your site again? What is it?
It's MPF Designs.
Okay, there it is. I can throw it in really quick for you, so at least you can work with us.
Okay.
So Mike, this will be helpful. I'm going to actually make a new page. This is going to be helpful in this video. I know it's in some of the others. So when you want to add a page, and I'm going to throw in their content and what was... And I'll get all these, I can get all these back in. That's why I have access to all your websites so I can fix things for you and be able to go in and help you work or tweak. And it's how you'd work in the real world too, if you had somebody else to work with or you had a client messing around the back end. So you have this. Oh, so then you probably didn't, I can update all your SEO that we did too. Okay, let me do, so I just plugged in some content there. Let me give you one more of the pages. I'll give you the two we did.
Yeah, so I'll just have to go back in and try to get everything to green again.
Yeah. Copy. Oh, shoot. I'm getting too quick here. Copy. Oops. I'm wiping out what I'm doing because I'm trying to work too fast. Okay, that'll give you 2 pages, and after class I'll add those other pages so that you can do your homework too.
Okay.
Okay. Let me get into my page. Why don't we open if you go to your pages and we'll open the website services. And do you guys have the folder I sent for class? We didn't use any of the images. I sent you a folder that had some images in it, and we could all work with the same image.
Yes, I have them. I think right on my desktop I saved them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or if not, if you had another photo you'd like to just use, just a photograph. And if you guys have Photoshop, if it could be open, we'll go in and, is that a problem for everybody?
No, I can do that.
Okay. Works best if you work along. I mean, it's nice to watch me, but I learn better when I actually do stuff and follow along. So everybody let me know when you have your Photoshop open.
Okay, Carrie, you want us in the dashboard, you want us to go to pages in the customize?
Just go into the left bar, just pages over here on the left bar. It's just under the word dashboard in the black sidebar. And click on pages, and all your pages should show up here on the right. Is that working for you, John?
Yeah, I got it.
And then very bottom, you should have a page. It's website services.
Yep, I see it.
Okay. Did you get there okay, Mike?
I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be. I'm at home on the website that you set up for me.
Okay,
Right?
so
But I'm not. But I don't want to be there.
no, we'll go into pages in the left sidebar here, and you should come up with a list of, these are all the pages on your website. Yours will look a little bit different than mine, maybe. I have some different pages.
Okay, let me look at what you got here.
You should at the bottom have.
Yeah, I don't know how you get to that, to where you are there.
So see on mine, if you click over in the left sidebar here in the black area.
Yes, you have a sidebar. I don't have a sidebar.
Oh, are you on your website?
Yes.
Okay, let me get to yours.
Not supposed to be there.
I bet you're here, right? Does your screen look like mine?
Hang on, I have to go back and forth. Yes, it does.
So if you hover over you have a black bar, hover over your MMC marketing name.
Yes, I don't have a black bar up there. There's no black bar.
Okay, if there's no black bar, we need to get you to log in. So up at your URL, click on the end, and you want to do a forward. Have you logged into the back end yet? Probably not.
I think I have. I have a different.
Oh, do you have a different?
Wait a second here.
Tab?
I have here Canvas Dash. Is that where I'm supposed to go? Dashboard? No, that's the downside. It's a different thing.
If you're on your website here, if you click on the end and you type WP and then a dash admin.
Yeah, I see that. Login. Okay, that was a saved. Okay, I'm there now.
Okay, so if you remember your login.
Yeah, I have to get that.
Sorry.
Yeah, it was a weird password and I never changed it. I'm copying it right now. Give me 2 seconds here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do we want to hit on website maintenance? Do we want to hit view, Kara?
Wait, what was that?
Now that we're on pages, all pages, go down the website.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Hit view, right?
I'm there, Kara.
Okay. So now in this left bar, just double click on the pages, and all your pages for your site should come up. I think this is where John
Okay.
Yeah, you can hit
I
view.
got it.
I always double click on it. I'm just a speed. You
Mhm.
can just double click on web services. It opens the page. But yeah, view would be
Okay, I've got I've got all the pages here.
okay. Have you gotten to
Website
the
services.
Have you gotten to the page that I'm at right now?
I have to go back and forth to look and see.
I know. Sorry.
Website services. That is right down here.
At the bottom of the page, if you double click on it or hit view, like John was asking, it'll open it up.
Content's currently locked. Okay, so I can't.
Oh, you know why? Hold on. I'm on your website. Let me get out of there. Okay. Two people can't work on the content at the same time. I'll go to my website now where I'm supposed to be. Now click on it.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah, one of my pages, Kara, says that you're currently editing it, but that's okay.
Okay, so I'm there, and
Okay,
so I
I'm
got
off.
the text here.
Okay. So is everybody this is going to be a little bit new because Mike, we did some of this while you were away.
You did some of this last time I was aboard too.
Okay, it was just before you left. So this is sort of a review because I think people are going to start ready, some to work a little bit more on their websites.
Sure.
So why don't we add an image? But before, I want to make sure everybody knows how to optimize their image. So if you have Photoshop open, we'll go over to Photoshop. Everybody let me know when you have Photoshop open.
I've got it open.
Okay.
Okay.
And let's open a photo. You can either go to that file I gave you last for Thursday's class, or if you just have any old photo that you just want to nab, you can do that too from your hard drive. Just a photo. I need to find mine. It should be called Class Files, is the name of the folder I sent you. Or just find a photo you want.
Okay.
I'm going to open the goals one just because. And everybody let me know when you have a photo.
I have it all set.
Okay.
All set.
I'm still looking, sorry.
Come on, John.
I had a bunch on my desktop that, it had the, the type over it, and they were, flooring photos and stuff.
Okay, yep.
And I had a bunch. I had like 10 of them, and I'm just trying to locate them. It's okay.
Yeah, but now that you have your desktop, you still have your desktop back since you and I found it?
Yeah, right. Thank you for doing that, by the way. That was driving me crazy. All right, where the heck are those photos? Now, the photos you sent us, though, they're on email?
Yeah, I emailed them last week before class, and it was a zip folder.
All right, good. Yeah, I don't want to slow you down. I'll go find those.
I mean, any photo would work. Anything, any image. You don't have any images. None of us are gonna see it.
Dishwasher salt. That's too small.
You don't have any pictures of your children?
Not on my desktop, no. Boy, you make me sound like an awful parent.
I just have so many images everywhere. I can always find something.
Right. Yeah, I know. I feel bad. I'm slowing the class down here. Sorry. Man, I had a whole mess of them. I don't know what happened to them. Go ahead. I'll catch up. Just go ahead. Go right ahead. I'll get it. I'll bring it up in Photoshop.
Okay. I'm not going to go over like cleaning up in an image unless anybody really wanted to know what I do, how I if I correct an image, or do any adjustments. But I'm assuming that right now this is exactly, I like how this photo looks. It doesn't need any adjustments. But what I'm going to do is we're going to go up to File, and you want to go down and you want to save for the web. Actually, before I did that, you want to make sure, I know I am, you want to make sure you're in RGB mode. Does everybody know how to check your mode for your image?
Now, Karen, where would you save for the web? Does it matter if I'm on a PC? No.
No, it should still be under File, right next to the word Photoshop. You should have the same, it should be the same thing. It should be, oh, actually, you know what? You can't see my whole screen because I didn't.
No, I can see it, but where did you, I didn't see save, I save as.
So under File, right. File, save for web.
Why don't I have save for the web on my phone?
You might have to go into export. I've got the new Photoshop CC. So
I'm in an older version.
You are right, Mike. There it is. Yeah, I know I saw it before, so I have to go to export, then save for the web. Okay.
Oh, see, I need to update.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Mike.
Okay.
Okay.
So save for the web. Now here, we talked the other day about what sizes to save this image at, and we work in pixels when we're saving web images. And this being a photograph, we have, does everybody remember what format we would save a photo in?
JPEG?
Correct. There's also a ping, but a ping would be careful. It holds so much more detail than a JPEG. Makes gorgeous images, but your files can be really, really big. So you have to be careful about pings. I use pings more for something in Illustrator, a graphics maybe that I just really want crisp and sharp. But you have to watch your file size. So you would choose JPEG. I always make sure in this box that if you look down at the bottom under this gray box, there's a thing called quality. I always make sure the cubic sharper is selected. That just seems to make it's the highest setting, keeps things kind of crisp and everything. So make sure the quality is set to that. I don't know how you say it, the cubic sharper. And then you can watch over in this corner, the far left corner, you should see the size of it, and it gives you the load time. Like it takes 7 seconds to load this image right now. I'm going to consider this image would never be used as full width because there's different ways you can upload your images. If you think this image might be considered or ever used for full width, which is the width of your website, you know, when you see the large images that go the whole full width across, some templates will push images up into those areas, or you might be using it if you think it's one of those images. I would actually save this at probably 1200 pixels, which means I probably would have, before I brought it in here, made sure it was at least 1200 pixels wide. But I know on this template it's going to go into like content area, and my images in the content area just usually aren't more than 300. But just in case, I'm going to save it at 600. So you might want to change it to 600. And it should do it proportionately. and then we'll save it. And remember where you save it. Goals.
So I got a photo. I'm sorry, I'm jumping in. So the
Okay.
what's that? The pixels on the left, 600.
So did you find save? To save for the web?
Save. Oh, so you want to do that first?
Well, how big is yours? Do you know how big your image is?
1 second. Okay, 1,936 pixels by the same.
Okay. We're going to save it small, but if you knew, and that was a high quality, you might want to, and you knew that image might be used at full width, possibly, you would want to save it at least at 1200. So
okay,
depending.
So from 1936, bring it down to 1200.
Yeah. Oh, you're 19. No, you don't have to worry. We're going to size it in. So just go over to save for web.
So save as.
Well, actually, it's under what? Export. I've got to get the newer Photoshop.
Oh, export. Sorry. Export.
Yeah, export. Save for web. And then you should get to this window.
Save for web. Got your legacy. Yeah.
And then you want to change it to
you get the 4
JPEG.
copies. Yep. Okay. Yep.
Save the JPEG. And I forgot that you can also change how high of a quality JPEG. This one's high. Sometimes I save it at medium, which brought it down to only 4 seconds load, and I don't see a huge difference of quality change, so I would definitely save it medium. So you play with the low. Usually the low, you'll see a pretty, this actually is starting to get a little distorted. So you'll see, you usually play with the medium. And you can tweak the quality, like medium, I can change medium to 42.
Now, how about progressive, optimized, or embedded color profile?
I usually check progressive because what that does is the image will load slowly and you'll be able to see the image loading instead of having, have you ever opened a website and there's just a blank, just a little image, and all of a sudden the image appears? But you can have a blank space for like seconds and you don't think there's anything.
Yeah, I actually see that quite a bit.
Yeah. So the progressive allows it to show up and then all of a sudden it just sharpens. It just helps it come in a little bit quicker. So I usually chose progressive. It will convert it to RGB here for you. I just automatically make sure I'm working in RGB if it's going to be for the web. Just because I do a lot of print and web mixed together, so I'm always checking whether I'm CMYK or RGB, which RGB is what the mode you want to be if it's going to be viewed on a screen. So that's what the RGB color's for. And then John, at the bottom, under this gray box, it has quality. Make sure that the cubic sharper is selected. It should be the bottom one.
Bottom. Where it says RGB. Cubic. Oh, bicubic quality?
Yeah, the bicubic sharper.
Bicubic sharper, got it. Okay.
Yeah, that one.
No.
That one's the setting. It'll keep it there. But that actually makes for much better images.
Okay, and then save it.
Well, not yet. Then we want to go over
Okay.
to image size, and we're going to make this 600. Just that I know the image I'm looking at. I mean, if you guys think you're going to use it at 1200, you could make it 1200. I'm bringing this in, and I'm never going to use this except for in an article. It's not going to be an image. It's ever going to be used for my website to be a full width image. So I'm going to bring it at 600s, and WordPress is going to make enough sizes below that for me. So I think that's a pretty good size. And then I'm going to hit save, and then I'm going to save it. Save it where you can find it. Everybody get it saved?
JPEG. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now go back over to your website, to that page that we had open, and click your cursor on the left side of any piece of text. I'm going to do it right under the web design and development. I just put my cursor in front of the your site is.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to go up to add media. We see where that is and click on that.
Where?
It should be just kind of go straight up. It says add media. It's just under your page title of website services. If you come down a little bit, it says add media. If you click on that, it should bring you to your media library. Everybody here?
Not me. Hold on.
Oh, John, did you lose your image?
No, I got it.
Okay.
That's on the that's on the desktop. I'm just trying to get to that part of the dashboard.
Were you still? Everybody, stay here.
I got icons there on the dashboard instead of the actual words. I don't know why.
Okay. Are you? So, if you can peek over at my screen.
Yeah.
Do you still have this page open that we're going to work on, the website services page that you clicked on from pages?
Oh, here we go. Okay, I got it. Okay.
Here? Okay.
Yeah, all pages. 1 second. Yep.
Yeah, it should be at the bottom, website services.
Yep, I'm there. Website
Okay.
services.
So click your cursor on a piece of text where you'd like to put an image in. I'm putting it under the website design and development at that first start of that first paragraph. You can put it wherever you want. And then go up to the add media, if you remember that. Which should bring you to your media library. Are you there, John?
I don't have an add media button.
It's right up at the top there.
Should be.
Um,
So it's under.
My page, it looks so different from yours.
It does.
Yeah, I see your button, add media. Mine's.
Press it.
Let me just check one thing on your site.
You found when it goes to media library, there isn't anything in there, so you have to upload the file, and then you press the select button down the lower right, and it inserts it into the page.
Yeah.
I just have just says
Yep.
John's website, my WordPress blog, and then there's a blue bar. I mean, it's like a basic page layout. There's no selection for add media.
Okay, I'm going to check one thing. Okay, you should have it. Okay.
You want me to show you what I have? What page I have?
I think. Yeah, because you should have it. I just checked to make sure I signed you the right privileges. Yeah, let me just. Yeah, show me your screen quick so I can.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, you should be able to take it over now.
Okay. Oh, what was that?
I don't know.
Oh, here we go. You see me?
Oh, you're in. Okay, yeah, you're just in a different mode. Go up to John's website. Click just on the black bar where it says your name, John's. Yep, click dashboard.
I did this.
Okay, all pages. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, you just
Actually, no. The view actually shows what the page. Go back a page. This is what you're doing wrong. Okay. Dashboard.
Yeah.
I want you just to double click on the page name now, and it'll give you all your tools. Just double click on website services, the page name.
Down
Yeah,
here.
just double click. Yeah, and actually you want to hit edit. It's either double click that or click edit.
I
Okay.
should have double clicked. I got all right. Oh.
Okay. Give it back to me. Now you can do it. Okay.
All right.
That's what I figured. So. Okay. Oh. It's giving us a bloop every time we switch the thing. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
That doesn't mean trouble's coming. All right.
Okay, get back on
So
mine.
add media. Right. Well, select the spot and then add media.
Yeah, do your cursor on somewhere in the text. I'm going to add media. I could have had you guys doing this. Then go up to upload files and then select that file and just upload it. That you
Found
just
a great picture of the Pillsbury Doughboy balloon at the Macy's parade that I took.
Oh, cool. Now, after you upload it, this is a key thing you guys really want to pay attention to because Google pays attention to this, and it's also a part of accessibility. If you guys remember the importance of alt text and the title of your image, it all does play a role with your SEO, and it also helps people using assisted devices to understand what the images are. So we want to make sure, we all know I do it. I just name my images, something that only makes sense to me. So you want to make sure your image, the title, actually makes sense and is sort of descriptive of what the image, so that somebody might understand it. And mine is kind of interesting. I might just call it goal planning. This one's a hard one. It's depending on why. I'm not using this based on the site. I was just pulling an image, but if this would be important if I was doing it for like one of my business consultants, because someone might really search for goal planning, and this would ping, and Google would bring the search to the web page. And but it's very important to and usually if your title, I find my title and my alt text usually can be the same. So I usually just write it and make sure you have that in there. But it's important because Google will actually, take points away from you if you don't have have alt text in there. And at this point,
do you smush it?
Mine already smushed it. Yours didn't smush it?
Well, it says, it asks, there's a button down there that says smush now.
Okay. Yours might not be on auto mode. Mine already smushed it. And for Mike, Smush It is a plugin that we added to the site, and I think I added it to yours when I did your site, just so that you'd have it. It's a tool that optimizes the photos, makes them even smaller, so your website's a little bit faster.
So, Kat, have you noticed Smush just by it saying the WP Smush right there?
Yeah.
That's how you know? Okay.
It smushed made my image when I uploaded it 1.6% smaller is what it did.
That's great. Then it gives you the stats on what it did.
Yeah. So
yours says 4 images reduced. So
yeah, it reduced 4 images. Now remember I told you that WordPress actually, when you upload it, it makes, based on your template, it makes the different sizes. So automatically made it 3 different sizes of the image to bring it in, based on the highest size this would be used would be for 352 pixels wide, and it made a 300 wide and then a thumbnail size for me. So
is that why you see like some of your images in your media, like you have 3 of your logos right there?
No, I brought them in different sizes on mine because I was playing around. One of the templates was really weird, so I brought those in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
insert into page.
yeah, and then insert into page. We can change it once it's in. Now it's going to look really funny because we didn't give it any alignment. So if you actually click on the image, you should get a new little pop-up window.
Yep.
It'll give you your alignments. If you click on left align, it actually will put it. It'll actually move the text so it floats around it. And if you wanted to center it, and if you want to flush write it, you can do that. You can give it no. You can delete. You can remove it here if you don't like it. And the pencil is if you need to go in and edit it. And if you edit it, it's pretty much if you wanted to.
Caption, alternative text.
Yeah. So
alignment, size, and link to.
And the reason why I was asking for the alternative text here, even though we already gave it to it, it's because there's alternative text linked to that image permanently, but it might change and be different on a different page. You see what I mean? It might be, you might have a little different description. So I'm not going to change it here. I'm not going to update anything here. And if you remember right, if you're working on a page, you only want to save it when you know it's right because the page will be live. We're working on our sites, so Google hasn't found it yet, so we're not having to worry about that. If you want to see what this page really looks like, if you go to the upper right, it says Preview Changes. If you click that, I do this all the time when I'm doing a simple update to a page. And then you can see what it looks like on the page. And if you want to go back, so you don't get too
How do you get back there?
It puts it right next to the tab that you're working on. So if you do one tab over, that's the page you're working on. If you go up to your tabs, so you can kind of go between actual page and the dashboard. So I'm going to take a peek, see, and hit Preview Changes again. I'm going to see how it looks on the left. Because you might want to play around with, do I want it the left, do I want it the right?
Lost it.
Did somebody lose anything?
Yeah, I lost, I lost my spot in the dashboard. Or is it adding the media? I don't know why.
Oh, so you lost the page you were working on? Did you?
If I just go back into the dashboard and then go to pages and then website services.
I would have given you a warning because you didn't save the page. Did you lose the tab at the top?
Yeah, all I did was I just created that preview.
And it's still not there in another tab. It should have been in the tab to the left of the preview screen.
Yeah, that's what I thought would happen.
Yeah, because it opened up a new tab.
Yeah, it opens a new tab, and it's beside the tab. So remember I was telling you when you're working, it's good to have actually your website open in one.
Sorry, got it.
You got it?
Yeah, I was working in the bookmarks, and it was up top. Sorry.
Just temporary.
Yeah.
How do you save this
Please
page?
continue. The update, right?
So this page, to save it, is you hit update.
Right.
And that will save it.
I like how you can adjust and enlarge that photo right on that page too.
Yeah, that's nice. It's
Yeah.
a nice feature.
And then also you can you can move this around. So I can grab this. I decided I want it here. I can actually grab it and watch where my if you grab it, watch your cursor come up where you want it. I can move it to the top.
Oh.
Or I really wanted it down here. Down here. I mean, that works sometimes, you know, if you want to. And sometimes it's just as easy to delete it and just bring it back in if you want. Because it's still in your media library, so you can just bring it back in.
Where's the update command button?
Far right, to the far right, blue button. It should be...
I don't see that.
On the far right, it should be a top box says publish.
I see that.
And then down below it should be an update blue button at the bottom of that box to the right.
Oh, I see it. Okay, yeah, to drop down. All right, thank you.
Yep. Oh, Mike, on your, do you still have this page open?
I do actually, yeah.
Okay. Well, we worked on this too. You must have your, you must still have your toolbar toggle open. I just want to make sure everybody knows that this opens, and I always keep it open so I have all my tools. Okay.
All right. I noticed I was able to resize the photo and to do text wrap around it too very easily.
Yeah. Yep. Now be careful about, I don't usually resize it.
Mm-hmm.
It's
losing resolution.
Exactly. Your best bet is to keep it within these sizes, either full size, medium, or as a thumbnail. Thumbnails is really small. It usually uses that to make really small images if it's going to be just to tell you about a blog post or something. And the other reason why it's good to stick with these sizes is these are how your template's set up for continuity. So it doesn't make too many odd sizes. It's easier for the eye, so you're not just blasting all these various different sizes throughout your website. So you'd want to stick with full size or medium. And it's always a general rule. I've just been a designer forever. It's always good to bring it in as close to size as you can, or and that's why I brought it in at 600 when I knew the site would use 300. But yet, if I needed to tweak it, I could come in, but I wouldn't make it any bigger than the 600 wide. So, and I can do that here. I could make it 500. Oops, wrong way. I could do it right in here. And that's why it's important to know that, like Mike noticed that it was losing resolution. So you don't want to, we don't want to blow it any bigger than you brought it in, because the quality disappears. So I'm going to bring it back to original size. So I know the quality's, pretty good how I saved it. Does anybody want to play with doing another image so that they know how to do that?
Sure.
You can update that. Why don't we go over and we'll put an image on we'll go back to all pages. And we'll open up website maintenance. Because I know, Maria, I think I made that for you.
Oh, I just fixed it. It was in somehow a custom size, and I opened it up like you show for that page. And then if you just click on full size,
yes,
all of a sudden I came back and it was a much bigger photo, but it was crisp.
Yes. So it was within range. It wasn't larger than when you originally brought it in. Yep. And if you wanted to, you could. It should stay crisp. If you wanted to drop it down a little bit, you can go back and customize it. Yep. And this, I know, Mike, you got a bunch of photos, so this will help you feel comfortable moving. Doing some photos and some content.
Oh yeah. Thanks.
Is everybody comfortable about? I know, I'm pretty sure Maria and John about color correcting and everything, photos. Do you guys all comfortable with that?
Well, what are the some of the few rules we should know when adding a photo to a website? Is as far as contrast, things blowing out, color. Is there like a standard setting that we should be going by?
I pretty much it would be the same way I would make it look as good as it looks to it's good to you as your monitor. It doesn't have to be. I was going to pull one up. I get enough of what I sort of do in here. So my favorite palettes are the adjustments, and what I pretty much do is I pretty much go to my levels first. Let me pull this stuff up. I always start with my levels, and I'm in RGB mode, which is what I want to be because this is always going to be viewed on a monitor. I want to pull in as much information. I will pull the left bar in to be with the most. See, I don't know how well you can see my screen, but I bring it in as tight because it's way over here. I bring it in as tight with this highest bar. It's got a lot more information here. And then this one's sort of where it starts. I mean, if I changed it, you can see it gets too dark, but I'm going to leave this side alone. And then I might tweak the center levels. I might move this to brighten it a little bit. I find this holds detail by holding the center. If you see those, I can really wipe it out. But I can still hold the shadows, but bring a little more detail on the boat by moving this around. So I'll use that. And that's always the first thing I do. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt. I was just going to say, so do you find that what you're seeing on your screen in Photoshop, and as you alter it and then save it, and then update it and throw it on the site, is it coming true when you go to see the actual site? Are you seeing what you saw in Photoshop? Yes,
pretty much. Depending on how much you optimize it. Now, optimizing it for the web might change it a little bit. I mean, we can go take a look at this. I'll do this, and you you can watch the video, which will be a little bit clearer, and you can see how it changes.
Right.
So I use this, and I'm usually pretty good about getting that. Then I usually go up to my brightness, and this is all in my adjustments, and then I'll do the brightness. And what's nice is you'll know that these are all coming in as layers, so I can delete them if I don't want them, and I won't flatten it until I get done. Then I do a little bit of brightness. I'll just move the brightness. If I go to the right is brighter, but I just a little bit. You're using your eyes. And I always add a touch more contrast. It just riches the blacks a little bit. I just move this bar just a little bit. And then sometimes I might play with the curves depending on how much detail there is. But sometimes I don't need it. Well, this one I just dropped it down a little bit. And then I like to punch my images up. So now I'm pretty good about going through these three things. But then I always like to punch the color up. So I will go to the vibrance. and I'll move it. I'll show you. This will can really punch it. You may guys probably aren't seeing it.
No, I can really see the yellows come through.
Yeah, and then
It's
so
saturation.
if I take it out, it gets more black and white. But you can
Right.
play with this. You might want a creative effect. And I find that playing with this really gives me a different, it's not changing the colors, it's just punching them up or taking them down with a vibrance. So I'm not altering it, I'm just either enhancing it or taking it out. And then your saturation will make it a little bit richer. Or again, if I go to the far left, it makes it black and white.
Yeah.
And if I go way up, it's going to oversaturate it like that. But
Yeah.
I'll play with it.
That's all right. It starts to look like a Van Gogh.
Yeah.
The photo filter too. You can put a warming filter on there, a cooling filter.
You could do that too, yeah.
Which not as dramatic as saturation, like oversaturating.
Yeah.
With
Yep.
a filter, and you get a slide bar on filter, so you can warm it a little bit or warm it a lot more. You know.
I do use that a lot. Exactly. It does a really nice job of doing that. But those are my key adjustments that I use, and I find, and I don't always need to use all of them, but those are my primaries if you just wanted some tips of just doing some color corrections. Of course, before I do that, I forgot to tell you, if you clicked on the main image, I always go up, oh, you can't see it, but I go up to filters, and I always do a little unsharp mask at about either 25 or 30%. And it just crisps the image up. You didn't see it, but it just will give a little bit of that extra added sharpen on it.
Yeah, because you can easily overdo it there, right?
Oh yeah, you can actually just start blowing the pixels out and getting it pixelated.
Right.
So I never really go over 30. So it's usually between 20. It's either 25 or 30. So I'm gonna flatten this. I'm gonna file. Touch up. Boom. So let me bump this up. So I brightened it. So this is the one that I adjusted.
Mm-hmm.
This was the one, but I was just kind of playing around. I was trying to get just a little more detail in here. This is richer. It's a pretty crisp image, so it might just need to be brightened, but it's just some tools, and depending on what type of image it is and what you're using. But those are the adjustments I usually play with, whether I use them all or not. And it depends on what I'm trying to do with the image, how it's going to be used to correct it. But that usually works pretty good. And then I save it. This is a 1200. Save. I'm going to go over to the website. Let's see. Of course, I'm doing it full width. I probably wouldn't do it here. Now this one I'm going to go back because I'm going to go, I'm not sure if it's not going to go centered. So that's how it looks like when I put it on the website.
That looks great. Yeah, it looks really good under there.
Yeah, and I didn't keep it as really highest quality because I wanted to drop down the, keep the load time of the page. So yeah, so that's adding, something in there. So that was just, just a little review of that. What was the other thing? And then if we were going to use Illustrator, you would do the same process. If it was a logo using Illustrator, you're probably using with like logos and graphics and icons and stuff. And those I usually would save as a ping. So you can do this. It's basically the same process as you would save for the web. So if you're bringing in, so my logo was done in Photoshop and saved as a ping. And so if you're bringing in a logo and it's created in Illustrator, I would just save it as a PNG file, the ping. What else? Tonight, let me see. Let's get rid of this. So I was going to talk about graphics. Did anybody get to set up a Google Analytics account yet? If not, that's not, you didn't have to.
I think I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think if you guys set up a Google Analytics, next class, what I'm going to do is show you how to actually link it to your website. So we'll save that for maybe next class. If you guys could set up a Google Analytics account.
What do you go to? What's the URL for that?
Let me see. Do I have it in the homework?
Yeah, because where I started over, I thought I had set one up before, but where we started from scratch again, that gets wiped out, correct?
What do you mean you get set up?
Well, the Google Analytics account, is it related to the old URL or?
No, it's something separate.
Something separate, yeah. So it was assignment 14, and basically you just need to go create this account. So come into the assignment 14 and click on Google Analytics, and it'll bring you right to Google Analytics. And I'm already there, so I can sign in. Now, Mike, did you miss this class? I think this
Might have.
Okay. So this is good. Something you could put next to do for your next homework is just go set this up, and then just go to the homework assignment and say did it, and then I can credit you. That's all you guys have to do is just go back to
That's what I did.
yeah.
I think I might have expected the URL.
Yeah, and you'll just set this up and just leave it as the open account. And what we'll do is the next class. How about on Thursday's class, we're going to review this and link this up. Mike, what this does is Google Analytics, this is the fun stuff you'll like, is you can go in and it's all the statistics on the site, the traffic, you can track things.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and
is that the one that? Oh, is that the one that gives you the? How many hits you're getting and what they're looking at.
Yeah, right here, you'll be able to get in to look at this kind of stuff.
Overview, right? How
many people per day? Like this website, there is 387 during the day. You can see what browsers people are using, where they're coming from. This is all stuff that you and your clients like to know, because this is what you use to help improve your site, and it tells you whether things are working and working or not. So we can set that up with your sites. I'll show you how to do that. I think I'm just going to review so you guys have been thinking about the project, because we're so far along with the class. There really isn't going to be all that much more homework. I've got to look, because the way I set up the homework assignments, I think I'm pretty close. It's all done by points.
That's so nice to hear.
And your project that's due, which is 25% of your grade, is what you're working on right now. I just want you to keep on working on this site that we've built. Now, Mike, you and I can talk separate. If you would rather, there was a free site that everybody could have built, but it doesn't have all the plugins and the fun stuff to play with. This is a hosted site that I built for you that's hosted on one of my servers that I thought it was better to have you guys not spend the money, but to really dig in if you want to and work with the full version of WordPress to get a feel for it. But there's the WordPress.com site is managed. It might be something else, to look at. But what you guys should do is just decide if the site you're working on now is the one you want to just keep working with, and it's actually your project. And I'm not going to give you all these huge assignments so that you're like, I have to build a whole new site just to do this project. No, you're working on it right now. All I want you to do is fine tune it. I want to show it to see that you worked on it, add some more pages, bring in some of your structure that you decided you wanted to, and so you're basically working on your final project right now. And that's what we're going to keep working on, but keep just doing little work sessions and working on things you feel more comfortable. But just keep working on these sites and thinking about bringing in some real content, bringing in some real pages and stuff, which Mike, you might want to do that to show, build some pages that can be used, because, you can transform these over when they do
Sure.
the real domain and host it. Yeah.
And every time you go into, work on your site and customize it, you want to go to the child theme first, correct?
And don't worry, you're already set up. You don't have to touch it. Your site's already set to the child theme. It doesn't change. So
whenever you bring it up, it'll the child theme comes up for. Okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
You're already working in it. So don't worry about that. We created it and we made it as the live theme, and that part won't change.
Okay.
And I have access to each of your dashboards. If you guys get stuck, you need something fixed, I can help you fix it. That's the beauty of me working, in the back end with you.
All right. Well, yeah, that'll never happen. I'll never get stuck.
And you think of it as a teamwork, because you always will. I have all my clients have access to the back ends, and some of them don't do anything, but sometimes they make a mistake and they're like, help. Or I don't know how to do this. Can you go do this for me? So it makes you feel comfortable working with somebody else as well, and don't have a panic attack. And we'll just, we'll make sure it's all set. The only thing is like what happened to Maria. I don't know. I'll have to work. Mike doesn't have the manage, and I should probably review this with you, to how to do backups, but you probably want to pay the $2 a month so you have quick restores. So whenever you're working on the site, you actually do a backup before you start your work, and then if something happens during your work session, you can restore it to just that minute you started working on it. So you might want to think about that.
Yeah, you gotta have that.
Yeah. So. Any questions?
Not that I can think of right now.
Yeah. I would just, everybody knows they have that one homework assignment to sort of work on, and do it, the best you can to do it. There's other ways, and I'll be honest, any of the homework assignments you haven't gotten done, you can do pen and pencil. If you need to sketch something out instead, that's easier, and take a picture with your phone and upload the picture, that's fine too. I just want to make sure everybody is just going through the process, so that because sometimes a light bulb comes in later going, now I know why Kara said to do that first. There are, processes and things to learn and stuff. So,
yeah, it's essential to use the whole format here that's being presented.
Yeah.
So that it's organized
Mm-hmm.
and everything is in its right place and
Yeah.
move along systematically.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So, John, I think you could start maybe playing around with some pages. And I'll be honest, you guys might get messed up with how your menus are working, because if you add pages, don't be afraid to ask me to go in and organize, or, you won't lose a page if you built it and you saved it. It's there. Sometimes you might need help to have it linked up.
Right.
So don't be
So
afraid.
as long as you're saving it, you don't have to worry about it disappearing.
Exactly. It's just, you might have a problem going, how do I get it attached again to the menu so that I can, find it in the navigation? So, or move it around. I think I've done some good videos. If you guys remember to go back in Canvas, just to the home page in Canvas, the first page that comes up, it's really slow. It's really slow.
So 14.
This is really slow.
14 and the other one was, what number was it, 12?
9.
9 and 14, okay.
Yep. And John, when you set up Google Analytics, it might link it because you did set up the Google Keyword Planner one.
Right.
I haven't done it that way. It's part of Google products. They might say, "Oh, I have this," and they just might create the account within it. So when you do it, so it shouldn't be too bad. But if you come to Canvas, the home, I've been putting, week 1 class, what we talked about, any resources, any videos that I created for that class everything is updated to last week's videos here. If there's not a video, I didn't do one. The slide presentation that I used, I'm posting right here if you need to review some stuff that we went over. So some of the stuff is here which might help you guys. Or if you want to go back and review stuff because you're trying to work on your pages, you can find some of the videos in here. Okay. That's pretty much all I had. We're actually getting done a few minutes early tonight. Well, there was one thing I wanted to do, but it'll take too long, and I think the Google Analytics will do that in the next class, and then I'm going to start talking about social media. So I think some of the assignments you're going to be getting, the few is just looking for a couple plugins, which are things you're going to want to add to your website anyhow. So we're going to talk about social media next week, how important it is, how you should consider it for your website. And we'll probably look at a couple different plugins for that so that you can learn how to do that. And we'll just keep working on sites, and I would have your sites open for every class so that we can just do stuff. Or if you have questions, so you can show your screen, or if you want to, walk me through something, or you want me to fix something, it's always good to have a classmate see how you fix something. Your problem could be somebody else's problem, and they just don't know it yet. So it's really good to listen to everybody else's problems or situations, like poor Maria.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to upgrade mine tonight.
Okay. I'm going to go over right after class, Maria. I'll put those 2 other pages in. I've got 2 more pages to add for you.
Okay.
I'll do that, and then I'll send you an email when I'm done. It shouldn't take too long.
Good.
That way you at least have the content back for those pages.
Right. Okay.
Which I think that, you had everything. You saved it. Hopefully, that's the only thing you lost. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Any questions or anything?
Nope, not from here right now.
Okay. You okay, Mike?
Yes, I'm good. This is fine. Thank you very much. Sorry, I had my microphone on mute.
That's okay. Well, that sounds good, everybody. We will see you Thursday.
Okay.
Sounds great. Thank you, Karen.
Okay, talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night.